Are you tired of seeing the same old lantern in every single one of your builds? Well, I got just the thing for you. Hello everyone, my name is Lucent, and welcome to another mod showcase. Today I'm going to be showcasing a mod called Skin Lanterns. And what does the mod do, you may ask? Well, it adds a huge variety of lanterns. I am going to go through every single one of the lanterns that this mod adds, along with their crafting recipes, and at the very end, I'm going to show you the difference in lighting between the normal lanterns and the soul lanterns. Once it turns nighttime, I gotta wait for it. Either way, without further ado, let's get started because we got quite a lot to go through. Starting off with the jack-o'-lantern lantern. Look at this guy, dude. He's just happy to be here. Unlike his counterpart, the soul lantern. Yeah, he's not very happy to be here. But to craft these two bad boys, all you need is a carved pumpkin and the lantern of your choice. Honestly, a great addition to haunted mansions or like that kind of vibe. Even just like when it's Halloween season, you know, you want to spice up your builds. Great addition, as well as the ghost. Look at this guy. He doesn't look as good when you set him down on the block, but when he's hanging up, it looks pretty cool. I don't see a difference between the normal lantern and the soul lantern, but there is a difference in the lighting, like I said. To craft this bad boy, all you need is a phantom membrane and a lantern. I'm glad they didn't go with just a normal like phantom lantern. I am glad they went with the ghost lantern because I think this looks a lot better than a phantom lantern would look. And moving on to the pufferfish. Now this is actually something I would use. Look at this guy. He's kind of transparent at the bottom. I like that touch. You can see the blocks through him. He looks all right either setting down on a block or hanging. He looks good either way. To craft him, obviously, you just need yourself a pufferfish and the lantern of your choice. He looks pretty cool. Moving on though to the zombie. He's honestly giving me Herobrine vibes, I'm not gonna lie. Look at this guy. He has the white eyes on this side, kind of blue over here, and obviously we have the glowing eyes right here. To craft this bad boy, you are gonna need a zombie head and the lantern of your choice. The zombie head obviously a little bit more difficult to get in survival, but it is an option, as well as the creeper lanterns. Look at these. Honestly, this looks like it's just a face of diamonds. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I thought when I first saw it. Obviously, you need yourself your creeper head and your lantern of your choice. Moving on to the skeleton and the wither skeleton. Both pretty similar to the last two that we just did. You need yourself the heads and the lanterns. This might be the easiest one because you can actually get the wither skull arguably easier than the rest of the skulls because they can drop naturally without having special enchantments, but they look equally as good. Look at these. Imagine having the whole collection. And then we move on to the bee lanterns. That looks amazing. Again, this would be something I would use in my builds. Just the ones that are hanging. I don't know if I would use them on the blocks, but the hanging ones look absolutely great. To craft them, you need yourself a honeycomb and a lantern of your choice. Honestly, might be one of my favorite ones. It's a little bit transparent in the back too, and if you go to the back, you can actually see through the bee, which is a little interesting. Moving on to another one of my favorites. It is the Elder Guardian lantern. Look at this guy. Again, I think this is the worst looking one on the blocks because you can obviously see the little, I don't even know what to call them. I'm going to call them whiskers. I know they're probably not whiskers, but the whiskers do go in the blocks, and when it's hanging like this, it looks absolutely beautiful. To craft this, you are going to need the prismarine shard and the lantern of your choice. Now, some of these, as you can see, like I said with the ghost, they don't have visual changes whether you use the lantern or the soul lantern, but the lighting will be affected. Obviously, the lanterns will glow brighter than the soul lanterns. Just a good thing to keep in mind. Now moving on to these Pac-Man references, we have Blinky, we have Pinky, we have Inky, and we have Clyde, all from Pac-Man, and obviously you have the big man, Pac-Man himself. To craft most of these, as you saw, you need yourself the ghost lantern that I talked about over there, as well as their respective dye. You do need the red dye, the pink dye, the cyan dye. Now this one's a little bit confusing because I would have thought it was the light blue dye because he looks closer to light blue than he does to cyan, but no, it is the cyan dye and the orange dye. Now for these, obviously Halloween season, you can rock all of these in decorations. It doesn't even have to be, you don't have to know the Pac-Man reference to just style these out on your house. And for Pac-Man himself, you need a piece of yellow wool, a lantern, and a piece of black dye. I know, confusing recipe. It's 3 items instead of 2. Just keep with me here. Now, this honestly looks like a normal lantern, but it is the honey lantern. Now to craft this, obviously, you need yourself the honey block and the lantern of your choice. Moving on to the slime lantern. Just like the honey block lantern, all you need is a slime block and the lantern of your choice, and you get yourself this little guy. Honestly, really like it. It looks like those slimes that the big slimes drop down to. I like how he looks. Moving on to the little potato lantern. Look at this guy. He may look like an egg. He may look like a bald man, but no, it is a little potato. And I love that for him. I will not be showing you his crafting recipe because you do need a mod called Botania. Haven't heard of it, but you need it in order to craft it. However, it is in the game without the mod. A little unfortunate, but you know what's not unfortunate? This snowman lantern. Look at this guy. During Christmas season, you already know I'm going to be using these. To craft this bad boy, all you need is a snow block, a carrot, and the lantern of your choice. Honestly, I wish you could make a snowman. Oh, you could actually make a snowman. I don't know. You'd have to like have a big block of snow. Somehow like find a way to make like a medium block of snow and then the head. And then voila, you have yourself a beautiful snowman. Moving on to all of these paper lanterns. Now to craft the vast majority of these, you do need to use the white paper lantern. And to make the white paper lantern, you need yourself a piece of paper and a lantern. Of your choice, obviously. I'm not going to be showing you the soul lantern varieties because they look exactly the same. But as I said, the brightness will differ. Now, using this white paper lantern, you can make it any color pretty much. You got yellow, you got magenta, purple, orange, blue, red, lime, you name it, you got all of them. And they're all pretty much the same. I can show you all the crafting recipes really quickly just because I have them down. But you get the idea. Again, like some other ones, they do look better when they're hanging and not on here. Even though these don't look bad, you don't get that like little thing poking out that honestly highlights that they're paper lanterns. But moving on to the ornament lanterns. Now, unlike the other one where you need one as a base, these all depend on the stained glass respective to the lantern that you want. You got red, you got cyan, you got blue, light gray, you get the idea. It's all of them. I'll show all the recipes just because I have them down right now, just so you get a good idea. I do like that they're all different. It's not just all the same design, kind of like the paper lanterns. They all have their own respective design, kind of like the back, you know when you put carpets on a camel and they all have their separate design? That's what it reminds me of. And I honestly really like it. My favorite ones, probably, honestly, like the black one, maybe the white one, because you can use these without it being Christmas, right? Like these obviously look Christmas related. They do look like ornaments, but these just look like fancy lanterns. You know what I mean? You can use these at any time of year. And now moving on to the last few. These look amazing. We saw their soul lantern and their lantern varieties. These I think are called like the ender varieties. I'm not too sure. I'll just refer to them as the purple varieties. But sadly, they are not craftable without the energetic expansion mod. Did I say that wrong? Probably. I haven't heard of the mod, but you do need it to craft these. They are in the game without them, but not craftable. Moving on to these jellyfish lanterns. I think they look pretty cool. I haven't heard of jellyfish since SpongeBob. That's probably what the mod is referring to. But again, you cannot craft these without the jellyfishing mod. Moving on to the last two lanterns. Again, Christmas themed. We have the present lanterns. We have red and we have green. No other colors, just red and green. And of course, you need the wool of your choice as well as the lantern. And again, I should probably repeat myself. You can also craft the soul lantern variety of these. Just replace the soul lanterns with, replace the lanterns with the soul lanterns. And then you have the soul lantern variety. But there is no visual difference. Same with the jellyfish. Same with these. All of them don't have a visual difference, whether it's soul lantern or lantern. Just the lighting depends. And that is all of them. Now, which one should I test the lighting on? I'm going to choose one. I'm kind of in between the pufferfish. The pufferfish looks so good, whether it's set on blocks or hanging up. Or the bee. The bee looks good. I think the wither skull looks really cool too. Same with this. This is probably my favorite row right here. Like out of all the other ones, that's probably my favorite row. Can't test it on those because they're different lanterns like all together. I think I'm going to choose the pufferfish. I'll get the normal pufferfish lantern and the soul lantern. And then I'll show you guys the difference in the lighting once it is nighttime. Oh, before we do that though, gotta say hi to my dogs. How you guys doing? You know, I know you guys are all nameless, but I'm waiting until I find you guys a new owner so then they can name you, okay? It's not because I forgot about you guys, and it's not because I keep forgetting to name you guys and like come up with names. It's just because I want to give your future owners, you know, free will on what they want to name you, you know, with no pressure of having a previous name. You know what I mean? I hope you guys are all doing well. I can actually give you guys a steak. You want a steak, you want a steak, and you get a steak. Those are my 3 lucky winners of the day. All right, I'm going to be waiting until it's nighttime, and then I'll show you guys the differences in the lanterns on these 2 pedestals. And it looks like it is nighttime outside. Let me head on out and show you the difference. Now for the lantern, obviously just like a normal lantern, it'll glow quite a bit. This is my preference when I'm building pretty much anything, which is why I said at the very beginning, I'm kind of getting tired of looking at lanterns in every single one of my builds. So this mod will definitely add a good variety, so I don't have to see the same thing over and over again. And then we have the soul lanterns. I never use soul lanterns. There's probably people that do, that like to make scary builds, maybe for like haunted mansions, Halloween themed, that kind of stuff. I can definitely see why dim lighting would be optimal. Now, pretty big difference. You see how bright that one is? How dim that one is? Pretty damn big difference. Either way, that is everything this mod has to offer. Let me know what you guys think should be added next, and let me know what this mod did right and wrong. Either way, that is going to be the end of this video. If you have any other recommendations of any 1.21.1 mods that I should showcase next, let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe. And as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. And have a great rest of your day.